Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Casella Says. My name is Casella and welcome. Now, it's been a while since I last posted a video. In fact, I attempted to post a video. No, I actually did post a video 2 days ago, but I just didn't like it, and so I removed it and decided to just film another one on this topic, which is the recent backlash or the ongoing backlash surrounding Jada Pinkett's Queen Cleopatra. Now, this is a movie or docu-series, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't watched it as yet, on Netflix. And basically, the Arab community and white folks have their panties in a bunch because the woman who is portraying Cleopatra is black. Now, Cleopatra was not, in fact, a black woman. She was a queen, an Egyptian queen of Greek origin. Now, for those of you who know geography or can interpret or, a map accurately, Greece is a European country. It is located in Mediterranean Europe. And so Greek people, by origin, are in fact white. So Cleopatra was, in fact, white. Now, I say this to say that, sure, okay, although she was not black, she sure as hell was not an Arab either. And the likelihood of Cleopatra being anything other than a white Greek woman, or a white woman of Greek origin, was extremely slim because the Ptolemy, I hope I pronounced that accurately or correctly, dynasty, which ruled over Egypt at the time of Cleopatra's existence or time on Earth, did not practice or did not marry outside of their family. In fact, they actually practiced incest. Brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, and whatnot marrying each other and making babies. In fact, if you look at the images of Cleopatra, or especially paintings, and reconstructions, facial reconstructions of Cleopatra, she was not, in fact, this incredibly beautiful woman that people like to believe, or that we have been led to believe for a while because of this history of inbreeding in the family. Now, the questions surrounding her racial makeup is the result of the fact that I'm not sure if, and I think it's her maternal lineage, unless I'm mistaken, but you guys can also verify that. Hey, most of us all have access to like Google and the internet, okay? But it appears that she has not an ancestor, but because it's only like a few generations, is it like her grandmother or something on either her mom or dad's side or something, was unknown, right? And people were not sure about, or historians and archaeologists and the sorts and whatnot, not archaeologists, but historians are not sure as to the origins of this relative of Cleopatra's, which is why, hence the curiosity or the questions surrounding her actual racial identity or ethnic makeup and the sorts. Now, I say this to say that although, yes, it appears Cleopatra was white because she was in fact Greek. Greece is in Europe, not in North Africa. She was not, in fact, an Arab. Okay, she wasn't black, but she wasn't Arab either. Okay, for those of you coming for the throats of black people, and particularly black women, because it's just so easy, right? She was not an Arab woman. She was the Queen of Egypt. Now, Egypt is a country located on the African continent, Northern Africa, the Northern Hemisphere, to be precise. And her family, you could say that Egypt was practically colonized during the time of Cleopatra's reign. Okay? And yes, today Egypt is known to be predominantly Arab, meaning most of its population is Arab. However, today, similarly to its past, there were people of varying hues and racial identities, okay? And we could even say more so today, I suppose. I don't know, can we say more so today? Because we can't really say that Egypt is a homogenous, or can we? Country, like homogeneously Arab. However, there are black people there. Now, this is not to negate from the fact that Cleopatra was not, in fact, a black woman. But to also just calm the people coming for the necks of black women in the image or representation of black women in film and media. Because she was no Arab chick either. And I think that there's double standards because historically Cleopatra has been depicted by white women, but then even then there has always been questions pertaining to whether she was in fact white or not. And normally it was either she was white or she was black, and you didn't really see Arabs going, no, but hi, hey, Arab people, we're over here, hi, you're ignoring us. And we can't be upset at the fact that Elizabeth Taylor and every other white woman who portrayed Cleopatra portrayed her, because in all essence, she was in fact a white woman. Now, what else did I want to add? Oh yes, I think that also there is so much hypocrisy because if you look at the entire cast, aside from the fact that the woman who plays Cleopatra is black, the remainder of the cast is mostly white, and I'm not seeing the Arab community of the Egyptian persuasion and their associated Arab folks coming for Jada Pinkett and the producers and Netflix for the fact that there isn't really an Arab representation, even though there should be, because the setting, right, the whole idea, the culture is set in a predominantly Arab country. Okay, cool, great, we'll give them that. However, for me, it's just the racial undertones and the anti-blackness that is hard to miss. It is so obvious. And also there are people literally out here putting out videos talking about, oh, now you're putting a target on black people's backs. Now black women are gonna get attacked. Please try, please. I'm begging, please. I need an Egyptian to come for my ass. Please, please, because you're gonna catch all sorts of smokes because we stay having smokes to give. This whole culture, this norm of attacking black women and black people is just, it's just not on. It isn't. And we as black women are forced to be the way we are and ready to like just fight anybody and stand up for ourselves because no one else is gonna do it, and because it is just so easy. It is just so flippin' easy. And I do think that the backlash is racially motivated. Yes, Cleopatra was not black, but I think that the approach that people are the approach with which people are just handling this whole topic and the subject and this issue is just disrespectful and denigrating of black women. Now, no one should attack the actress. She's just doing her job. She was cast and whatnot, and I haven't watched this thing to see if she does a great job or whatnot, but that is yet to be seen or whatnot, well, on my side at least. However, do not come for black women's image. Don't. And Jada Pinkett Smith is not our spokesperson now. I know that she's been going through, it appears that this woman can't catch a break. Now, thanks to her own doing. I'm not going to get into that. I could care less. However, where was all this energy when white women were playing Cleopatra? And yes, sure, okay, cool, yeah, she was white. But still, there were so many questions surrounding her identity. And at the end of the day, Egyptians are not white people. And even though there are Egyptians who can pass for white, there are also Egyptians who can pass for black. Now, the actress who plays Cleopatra, depending on who you ask, can fit into many societies. She can be a native of many cultures and societies around the world, okay? Now, not all Black Americans, but a significant proportion of Black Americans have racial admixtures. Now, and okay, the actress is not a Black American woman. In fact, I think she's British from what I've heard. But either way, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, do I agree with the whole black washing of non-black characters or white characters and whatnot? No, absolutely not. It doesn't help anybody involved, and especially not Black people. There are so many phenomenal African queens, actual African queens, who many people have not heard of, that Jada Pinkett, with all her wealth, access, and resources, can research on and produce and introduce to the world, in order to just, and I completely understand this need to remove the stigma around just Black imagery and Black people as poor and having no history or civilizations and the sorts, but sis, this is just not the way to go, because we did in fact have that, okay? Look at the Nigerian society today and their music and how it's taking over. You have the Yoruba, the Igbo. I mean, Jada did a documentary on Quinzinga, and it was amazing, okay? And she was real, and she was Black, Angolan. Shout out to Angolans, right? There was the Congo Empire. There's Kemet and is it Sudan or Kush and the sorts, and there are so many great, Shaka Zulu, the Zulu Kingdom of South Africa. There are so many incredible Black, actual African, and I say actual African, I know that people are going to say, oh, are you going to try to say that Arabs aren't Africans? Yes, I'm going to say they're not Africans, because a lot of those motherfuckers will stay telling you how they're not Africans, and there are so many questions surrounding the legitimacy of their positioning or their occupation of those territories in North Africa, because it appears that many were in fact, their ancestors migrated from the Middle East and killed off, raped, and pillaged the crap out of North Africa and settled there. So the nativity, so to speak, of Arabs in North Africa is quite questionable. Now, I'm not going to get into that. I could care less about that demographic. But because, well, I know how they feel about my race. And over here, I keep the same energy. It is what it is. So I'm just saying, do not come for the necks of Black women, because we stay ready. We stay ready. We have a lot of smoke to dish out. We have to protect ourselves, because who else is going to do that, right? But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and also the fact that we do not need to force our image and ourselves onto the identities of other people just because, okay, sure, they've been doing that to us. It kind of kills the whole purpose of, like, Black people being, like, original and cool, because it's like, everybody tries to copy Black, so what the fuck are we doing out here trying to be whoever the hell those motherfuckers are, right? So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And also, now, having race swapping fictional characters, cool, sure, whatever. The Little Mermaid, whatnot, shout out to Halle Bailey. I'm definitely gonna go watch that movie, and I'm gonna make a video on that, a separate video on this. However, to race swap historical figures is extremely disrespectful, irresponsible, and detrimental, not only to the stories of those actual human beings who walk through this planet, but it falsifies the time period, the history of the epochs, or the historical settings that you are basically putting out there, right? The films and the documentaries of the people, and just the history or the times in which you guys are analyzing or studying or putting out into the world. It just gives a very inaccurate idea of class systems, discrimination, racism, and really the mindset and the treatment of Black people across different various societies, across various times. So it doesn't help us in the long run. It doesn't. I get this need to just remove or try to balance out this narrative of the Black experience historically as not always having been oppressive, right? Us as these victims and or survivors of racism and discrimination and sorts. However, this is just not the way, and we do have great civilizations and histories and historical figures that we can also talk about. I mean, there's the recent thing, which I didn't even know actually took place, but Jodie Turner-Smith portraying Anne Boleyn. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Why? Like, why? I'm actually gonna make a separate video on that, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the whole Cleopatra being Black backlash. Now, I get it, she wasn't Black. Okay, cool, sure. However, I also want to say, now you know how we flip and feel about non-Black people playing Black people. And by non-Black people, I'm also referring to half-Black people portraying Black people. How does that? You don't like that? No, you don't? Oh, good, good. Now, swallow that medicine. How does that make you feel? It's not made to actually heal you, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to put that out there and just give my 2 cents and just make this video and try not to exceed 20 minutes. So it's going to be a wrap up until this now. And yeah, anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I look forward to engaging with you and being more consistent with my uploads and like content. And there's more coming your way. So ta-da. Bye. Thank you for watching.